All right, we're going to go ahead and go through grouping method with 4 terms. So once again, we have 4 terms here. You're still going to use grouping method like we use with 3 terms. So first thing you want to do is find your greatest common factor. No matter what factoring method we use, we make sure we pull it out. In this case, it's 3. That's because all 4 of these terms are divisible by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and divide each one of those by 3. So 3 divided by 3, I'm going to put that number in front. We get just x cubed. And then we have minus 2x squared. And we have minus 9x plus 54 divided by 3 is 18. Okay. Now that the greatest common factor is in front, I can go ahead and go into grouping method. So I'm just going to go ahead and group the 4 terms inside the parentheses. I want to remind myself to make sure I bring down my greatest common factor in my final answer. So I don't want to have to worry about it the rest of the problem. So my greatest common factor of the first pair is x squared. So I pull out an x squared, and I'd be left with x minus 2. Greatest common factor of your second pair is negative 9. And then that would give me, if I divide each term by negative 9, negative 9 divided by negative 9 is positive 1, so we have 1x. 18 divided by negative 9 is negative 2. So you'll notice the parentheses match up. They're exactly the same. Both are x minus 2. So my answer would be x minus 2. So factor that out. And then my x squared minus 9. Now, regardless of the problem, something you always need to watch out for is anytime you still have an exponent in the parentheses, because sometimes that can factor down more. And in this problem, it does. That's because if you looked at my videos with difference of perfect squares, there are 2 terms. We have an even exponent, we have a minus sign, and everything in here is a perfect square. So I can take the square root of 9. So that means this 3 is going to stay the same. Every other part of it is going to stay the same. The x minus 2 is going to stay the same. But the x squared minus 9 is going to break down into 2 more factors. Since it's x squared, we know x times x gives me x squared. And we have a negative 9. That means one number should be negative, one should be positive. Well, we know 3 times 3, or 3 squared, gives us 9, so we're going to put 3's at the end. At that point, I would now be done with the problem. That's grouping method.